welcome back to my hot takes on Max Payne 1. I really don't have anything too crazy to say about the game. I mean, what I basically think, in a nutshell, is this. Max Payne 1 is kind of like a prototype or a demo for a really cool John Woo game. It's probably better than Stranglehold, if anyone's heard of or played that game. But it's not great. It's not amazing, in my opinion. And it's not just that it hasn't aged very well. I mean, I think that even if I had played this when I was younger, I wouldn't have really been into it too much. Because as great as it looks, and it does look great when you're diving and when you're playing well, it's not the same as Devil May Cry, or, yeah, let's say Devil May Cry, because that's around a similar time period. Devil May Cry might be pretty tough and infuriating with the controls, and the controls, I have played it recently, have aged a little bit because there's such a what's the word, skill curve. So when you're playing something like this or like Devil May Cry, yeah, you might feel like, oh, this is kind of hard to enjoy because it's hard to play, hard to control. But as you get better at the controls, you have more fun. With Max Payne, though, I don't feel like the game is well designed when it comes to like the level design, especially. The enemy encounters, they usually try to trick you or overwhelm you in some kind of bullshit way. And as we play the game more, I'll be able to point those segments out. Right now, at the beginning, I actually think it's fairly good. Like I said, it's for about a demo's length, maybe a little longer, for about an hour, maybe two. It plays really fun. Not great, it doesn't meet its full potential, but it's pretty fun. This is a funny joke. So anyways, after these guys blow themselves up and the wall falls down, we kill more shit. What's the gist and what's the story right now? Well, basically Max Payne lost his wife and baby to some drug addicts that are on this new drug called Valkyr. And right now he happens to be working on a case that's related to Valkyr, so he's got like a personal stake in it, personal interest. Figure out who's behind it. I'm gonna let this play out, by the way. But look how short Max is. It's so funny.
There was something screwy about you. What do you think you're doing? You're a freaking cop. You ain't got squat on us. You can't just come in here waving your piece like it meant something. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh God, you shot me. Ah. You're dead, Payne. What the hell are you waiting for?
Look at these fucking NPCs. They don't even have actors.
Got me bailed. I made like Chow Yun fat.
I made like Chow Yun fat. So nerdy, so lame. Like, first of all, they have the reference with John Woo, and then they say Chow Yun fat, and it's just like, we get it. We get what your influences are. I understand that at the time when this came out in like 2001 or 2002, it probably was pretty obscure, those films. Especially without the internet, So, I try to give it some slack, because it really isn't too bad when you think of it that way. Now here comes the beginning of the platforming, which is horrible in this game. I've already explained why platforming sucks ass. Max jumps like a bitch. He's got no mid-air control. By the way, this guy just shotgunned both his homies. If you're paying attention, you see that. Max has the worst jump arc ever, and it's rigid. Once you start to jump, you're stuck to it. Not to mention, your dodge button, R2, only dodges if you're moving left, right, or back. And if you're moving forward, then it's a jump. Fantastic. I'm going to let this scene play out because the writing is nice. It's okay. It's not great, but it's good. It is good writing. I'm not going to be a dick about this whole game. This is good writing. I think it's fun.
New York sped by and fast forward. Dark rooftop water towers and a dead forest of antennas and chimneys, all a blur.
Final shot of the subway metro thing going past is actually really nice too. So yeah, this is a segment where we have to chase down this guy who's bleeding because he works for a distributor, some dude who's dealing the Valkyr drug. So we want to get to the bottom of who killed our wife and baby, or who's responsible for the drugs that led to it, right? So we're following this guy. It's not any more complicated than that. But For about an hour now, we've been following a guy, and then a guy, not following a guy, but we literally like went to an office and found some thugs. We're like, where's your boss? And it led up, and then up and up. We're going up the chain more and more. It takes a ridiculous turn when like the FBI get involved. This whole cutscene that I just spoke over, where he's on the train and he hops off, and then we hop off and he shoots at us, and then he hops over a gap, that's all unskippable. So if we were to say, I don't know, hypothetically die right here, we'd have to watch that shit all over again. And there's a lot of platforming in this game. Not just here. Later on there's some dream sequences where Max has PTSD flashbacks to his wife and baby dying. I need to stop talking about that in this video. And you have to basically go through a completely pitch black maze following blood trails and jumping over gaps. It's not fun. So I'm going to let this little segment play out. It's really cute. And then I'll just catch you guys in the next video, I guess, where I complain more about this game.